Hey, Josh here with Crypto Y'all, and the following video is a weekly coaching call that I do every single week with my Get Paid Daily Mastermind members. So if you're crypto curious, you want to create passive income, you want multiple streams of income, and you want to create that supplemental wealth. Maybe you want your money to work harder than you do. Well, join me every week for my weekly coaching calls. How do you do that? Well, you have to be a member of Get Paid Daily. What does that look like? Join my free case study over at cryptoyall.co. Check it out. Watch the case study. If you like what you see, schedule a call with me. Moi, one-on-one video call. It's application only. It's invite only. But if you want to be a member, that's what it takes. So check out this video. Enjoy the value and the relevancy of this market update. And hopefully, I'll see you soon. All right, so exciting time in crypto. I mean, just unbelievable time. This is we're currently looking at the weekly crypto bubbles chart. Obviously, a lot of good momentum in price action. These are predominantly altcoins that we're seeing here in terms of the top 100 market cap. But Bitcoin obviously is the king of the show until further notice, right? And so that's what we want to kind of focus on. Angel in the chat, he's 20% up on his portfolio. Fantastic. Stock market can kiss it. Can't do that in the stock market. So good for you, Angel. I'm really excited for you. All right. So why is all this green? Well, to be really clear, it's all thanks to King Bitcoin and what's happening in the Bitcoin, not only in the chart, but in the macro fundamentals and the economics and everything. And I've got some interesting things. So the goal of this first part of our call is to fortify your confidence, because a lot of times as investors, it's very hard, especially when you've been in almost 2 years of downward price action. Okay. We're literally on the cusp of 2 years. Let that sink in. Over 500 days, over 600 days of relative strength weakening in the investment market. That can do damage on an investor's mind. And for novice investors, retail investors who have never been a part of cycles or cyclical investing, it can really discourage them so much that they jump out of the ship and they don't get back in. And so at this point, what I want for the Crypto Y'all community, and specifically for my Get Paid Daily Mastermind members, is for your mindset to be fortified with information, with knowledge, and with skills. Those are the things that allow you to build wealth. When everyone else is scared and fearful, we can be greedy because we know where to be greedy. So why? All right. Well, this is obviously the Bitcoin price chart dating back to April of 2019. All-time high. We think the real all-time high was April of 21. We think the fabricated all-time high due to market manipulation, specifically with FTX printing fake money, buying Bitcoin through arbitrage, it was November. And then this is also when the Federal Reserve started raising rates. Quantitative tightening kicked in. Money printing stopped. Interest rates goes up. And we see the tightening. We see a little bit of a bear market rally, and then tightening. And as those of you who've been here for a while, we also traced the DXY. I don't have it pulled up purposefully right now, but the DXY, while this was going down, was going up. The dollar, the dollar index, the strength of the US dollar globally. But now where we find ourselves, especially in the recent, since Friday, today is Wednesday, October 25th. Since Friday, we've seen this green candle movement, which is, y'all, so significant. Like, I can't underscore this enough. This is so significant and so strong and such a demonstration of power that we find ourselves in what we call a bullish or a bull pennant. Now, if you go and Google bull pennant and find it, I think it's something that's worth your time. So if you're taking notes and you're jotting some things down, you want to kind of pick up on some knowledge, go Google what a bull pennant is. There's a lot of helpful charts out there, but basically what we've done is we've broken out and we've got this incredible movement. And what we want to do, what we want to see Bitcoin do, and what I think we're going to see Bitcoin do, again, we're on the daily time frame. So daily, when you're looking at daily time frames on the charts, you're not looking at what's the price of Bitcoin going to do this week. Okay. You're looking at what's the price of Bitcoin going to do over the next month or two? Where are we in so always start with the larger time frames, and then you can move in. Again, not doing a lot of, obviously we're not doing any real day trading. And so we're not having to do all the navigation that a lot of traders do, but having the analysis, or at least a light technical analysis to help us, then that'll help us get really our mindsets, again, fortified so that we have confidence in our investments. What we got to see happen here with Bitcoin is we really want to see it. What I think is going to happen is it's probably going to range between 36,000 and 32,000. It's gonna bounce before I think we see a real movement above, say, 40,000. We really want to see that move above 40,000 though, if we can, because it's going to range. I don't, until when. I think it's gonna happen well before February. I sure hope it does. I said something in our Discord group to John or somebody who asked, what do I think Bitcoin's going to do? I'm hoping it's well above 40,000 in the next 60 days. I think it will be. And what you're going to see happen, and I'm going to move away from Bitcoin's price real quick because I don't want to get too deep in the weeds just so that we have enough time to cover everything. But this is the Bitcoin dominance chart. If you're new to Get Paid Daily or haven't been to our, if you haven't been to our calls consistently, this chart, this Bitcoin dominance chart, is significant because it signifies the dominance of the Bitcoin market share in relation to the rest of the crypto market, aka altcoins. And so when we see the Bitcoin dominance go up like it is, that's a good thing. The one thing that we also want to see is we don't want to see alt season too quickly here. We want to see more red in the altcoins. And at first, that's the healthier way to go, I guess is the way to say it. So but what you're going to start seeing now that Bitcoin's price and market cap is going up is, even if this dominance drops by 1% in a retrace, a correction, a pullback. Let me look at the 4-hour here. And let me grab this ruler. So yeah, even like at 1 or 2%, like if the Bitcoin dominance drops anywhere like inside this little square, look at it relative to the Bitcoin dominance chart, what you'll see are altcoins doing this right here. Because what's happening is the short-term holders of Bitcoin are rotating their profits out into smaller market caps for higher returns as they await the higher Bitcoin price, which will pull the market in totality up higher, which means they'll have higher multiples. Look at Link. It's up 50% on the week. It's outperforming Bitcoin, obviously, right? So people, short-term Bitcoin holders are using Bitcoin as a short-term market mechanism or profit mechanism because it's the canary in the coal mine. And as it goes up, that like the reason why you see Bitcoin now starting to consolidate, if I go to the 4-hour chart, see how it's doing this little consolidation pattern right here? It's like, oh wait, we were having so much fun and we got to 34 or 35K and we stopped. Why are we not having fun anymore? It's because, hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of short-term Bitcoin holders are rotating out and they're bringing their money here. Us, like there's been a ton of people in our group crushing Link buys over the last 5 days, which, hey, awesome. By the way, it's fantastic. I love it. And it's an awesome, and I want to talk about it here in just a second. I'm going to come back to the charts. Specifically, I want to come back to Link. I don't always call out specific tokens every single call, but Link has been and has been one of my favorites for a long time, but I want to come back to that in a second. So I want to cover some stuff that's just happening again to fortify your confidence. Watch this with me.
For this, yes.
Andrew. This was just this morning.
I know. It's fair for the having this kind of like I'm on the left. What is the? And I don't think I'm kidding around about it. I think it's true.
It's happening in mainstream media. These guys on CNBC, this guy particularly, Joe Kernan has been the, I guess, most amiable Bitcoiner or crypto guy on the show. The other guy, Andrew, has been the hawk or the skeptic or the tradfi bro. They're all in bed with all of the Wall Street CEOs, et cetera. I mean, they have trade shows together and whatever. But like, it's happening now that BlackRock and Fidelity and Vanguard are all jumping in. They have to talk about it, and so you're going to start hearing. You're going to have people who are not crypto people start asking you, "What's the price of Bitcoin going to do?" Because people like Fidelity. Or companies like Fidelity, $4.5 trillion asset manager, says that Bitcoin's price is heavily discounted. More confidence. BlackRock, Fidelity, Grayscale await SEC's decision on their spot Bitcoin ETF applications, potentially marking a new era in cryptocurrency investment. Most of you are not prepared. This is going to become the biggest bull run in history of cryptocurrencies. Just in the ARK Invest, if you don't follow, Kathy Woods is one of the big like NASDAQ tech company hedge funds of the world. They have now, along with BlackRock's iShares, have been listed on the DTCC. That's the Digital Trust Clearinghouse, kind of where ticker symbols come from. It's kind of like the bulletin board that says, hey, here's what's up next. Pomp is a big Bitcoin maxi. I thought this was very thought-provoking, and I think we need to read it. And make sure that it's, I guess, in your brain. Okay. So, why is Bitcoin outperforming bonds like US Treasury bonds? Bonds historically have been considered a safe haven asset, but it appears Bitcoin is starting to steal the spotlight. This comes days after BlackRock CEO Larry Fink said allocating to Bitcoin is a flight to quality. By the way, when I saw that interview with Fink saying flight to quality, like I've heard flight to safety many times for Bitcoin, specifically in context with inflation, but flight to quality is a whole new tactical spin on this Bitcoin thing from the traditional financial side of things. And I also don't want to sound too Pollyanna today. I want to also like prepare you for some manipulation. We're going to have more traditional financial manipulation in the crypto market than we've ever had in our lives. But if you got your head on straight, you can make a ton of money with it. So Bitcoin denominated in US Treasury bonds, basically the value of a Bitcoin versus a bond is going through the roof currently. Capital flows drive the market, and the market doesn't lie. Investors appear to be much more interested in Bitcoin than bonds right now. Think about that. Like growing up, the literally the safest investment in history, at least in modern history, is a U.S. Treasury bond. You can see that TLT has been in a steady decline since 2020, while Bitcoin has been much more volatile during the same time period. Volatility is not a bad word. Volatility means we have volume. We have people buying and selling. We have a market. The story in 2023 has been very clear, though. Bitcoin is up more than 100% year to date, while TLT is down 17% during the same time frame. Is Bitcoin replacing bonds as the safe quality asset in investor portfolios? I don't think so, not yet. But and he says I wouldn't go that far yet. It's definitely true that some percentage of the investors are doing this, though. If the trend continues, this will become an even bigger story in traditional finance, blah, blah, blah. So just wanted to share that with you. Like bonds are an asset class, stocks, asset class, insurance, real estate, businesses, all asset classes. Crypto is the sixth emerging asset class. It is soon to be, I think, the 13th sector of the S&P Wall Street. And so we have on our hands here unbelievable bleacher seats for history, and it's something to be excited about, and it's also something to be encouraged by, especially as you invest your hard-earned dollars into something that you're trying to create wealth with, you know? So now that doesn't mean that all of this is a silver bullet, right? That's why we train. That's why we acquire skills. That's why we stay informed, and why we don't gamble with our investment dollars, and we don't invest more than we can lose or can afford to lose. But we definitely can make more informed decisions knowing that the macro is intact. There's nothing happening currently that's gonna smote the crypto market, and wipe it out. So that's not going to happen. Eleanor Tarrett's become a fun follow for me. She's I believe a Fox Business journalist. She does really great, like, on the street journalism. I've been speaking to a couple of TradFi execs regarding the Bitcoin spot ETF, and I think it's interesting how mind blown most of them are about the level of interest it has created. In regards to Bitcoin, major rally off the back of the iShares Bitcoin Trust being listed on the DTCC's website. One exec said to me, I mean, we're excited for these products to come to market too, but this level of hysteria is something we've never seen before. Like, think about that. Literally, it's just like a digital bulletin board. And there's so much pent up demand that Bitcoin goes from 27K to 35K over a 3-day period. So it seems TradFi can't quite believe how much demand there actually is out there for mainstream crypto asset investing. I think this goes to show you that a torch generationally, and some of you and even myself are a part of the generation where we can't even, it's hard to believe that this crypto thing is real. And I think it's also interesting how much cognitive dissonance we have as people who grew up when the internet was created. If you go back in time, people were saying that the internet was a fad. You can find all the clips, like the internet's not real. It's a hoax. It's a place for scammers and charlatans. Well, what do they say? What are they saying about crypto at times, right? And so every asset class is a place for scammers and charlatans. This is just an emerging blockchain technology or financial technology that we should feel confidence in. And then last little headline from x.com, don't forget about our little brother Ethereum. Ethereum is back on the road to 10K. It won't happen overnight, but the destination is written. If you doubt 10K, you're wrong. This is the most obvious call in crypto that they'll call you a genius when we get there. This Ryan Adams guy is an Ethereum maximalist. So Ethereum, first smart contract crypto blockchain, 60 to 68% of all crypto protocols are built on Ethereum. So they had the first to market. They have the network effect. They have Metcalfe's law of adoption in their corner. So there's a lot of reasons why Ethereum is a strong position. You just need to understand from where Ethereum is right now. Again, depending on what your financial goals are, let me open a new trading view. When you're investing in Bitcoin and Ethereum in early cycles, that's a really smart thing to do because they're going to be the first movers. But if you're expecting 50x, 20x, even 10x returns from Ethereum and Bitcoin, you're not going to get it. 10K for Ethereum takes you 5x-ish at this point. So just doing the math, always reverse engineer what kind of results that you want. Bitcoin and Ethereum are not going to get you the same kind of upside, for example, that Chainlink is going to get you. Chainlink has had an absolute just eye-gouging tear the last, let's see where we are, since Friday, October 23rd to where we are now. We are up 53%. And but and this is a big but. Let me zoom out. This gets really fun really quick. Or really let me say it a different way. It's not fun. It's kind of like training for a marathon and you finally cross the finish line and you get to look back and say, I did it. I made it. So I've been investing in Chainlink for a long time. I've told this story many times. I was investing in it before the big market pump of 2020, 2021. I was over here investing in Chainlink. Gosh, actually, I was way earlier than that. I was right here. I was right here in Chainlink. Now, we're going to review some of our 100x tokens here shortly, that I believe are right here where Chainlink was. But where Chainlink is now is where Ethereum was before it got to 1800. It was where we are right now. And there's a lot of arguments to be made, and I don't want to turn this into a Chainlink maxi channel or anything like that, but There are so many good things happening with Chainlink, especially with their CCIP protocol that they launched. They have a massive partnership with Swift, the global banking messaging system that basically the majority of banks on the planet use to move money around. I've said this in a previous week, like a lot of people are now, a lot of Chainlink Marines tease XRP Army because XRP wants to be this currency. And again, I'm a holder of XRP. I own them both, and I think they both have tremendous upside. But if I'm picking horses, I'm picking Link. If I have to choose a horse, I'm choosing Chainlink. At this point, at $11.22, I'm really, 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 really praying that we see a drop back down, a correction back into the nines. If we see a correction back into the nines, I'm going to deploy an uncomfortable amount of capital into this token. I just full disclosure, I already have an uncomfortable amount. I will put another massive amount in here. My bearish price for Chainlink is in the 80s over this bull cycle. My bull is 170 to 190. So you can see the upside potential. Again, if those all-time highs are met, there's a lot more upside in a Chainlink, but that has utility, is now the 13th largest market cap. It jumped 6 spots over the last 5 days. So it'll vacillate based on adoption, but it's an Oracle service. Like, I can't say enough about Chainlink. And again, I don't want to turn this into a Chainlink call, but the utility is established. The partnerships are there. It's incredible. I'm even considering doing their new liquid staking. They have a new staking mechanism out on their. You can link to it on their main homepage, and you can earn Link passively if you have enough. Basically, you have to have a certain amount of Chainlink. You can check and see if your wallet qualifies. Huge fan of Chainlink. Just wanted to touch base there and talk about what was happening, and just compare it to its price action to other, I guess, larger market caps like Bitcoin and Ethereum. So what I want to do now is I want to check in. Great question, Brian. If I think it will go down, go to that high, then why wait for the dip to buy more? Brian, that is a fantastic question and a very mature investment mindset question that I think I want to call out for everyone to listen to and actually call myself accountable. So the reason why I am waiting for a small dip is just sheer greed. It's just just to be completely honest, just trying to, almost like from a scoreboard or somebody who wants to hit the baseball a little bit further. That's the reason why. But yes, if you're someone who is not trying to watch the charts all day and you have a good time horizon, a healthy, non-get rich quick time horizon, and you're just like, I want to make great money, I want to have healthy decisions. And if I think Bitcoin is going to go from 34 or 31 or 35,000 to 70,000 to 100,000, no one's going to call you crazy for buying at 35 as opposed to 31. It's all the same area. With Chainlink, same idea. $11 versus $9, you're going to give up a few basis points, but in the long run, it's a great hold regardless. And it's a great area to buy, and it's a great narrative to be a part of. It's a massive use case, massive utility. So kudos to you for the awesome answer. Awesome question. Yeah, I again, not financial advice. I'm not telling anybody anything for sure. I just think my bear case, and that's over the next 12 to 18 months, mind you. Like, there's a lot that can happen in this bull run. So usually 40% of the bull run happens going into a Bitcoin halving cycle, and 60% happens on the backside of that. That doesn't mean you wait for the 60%. It means take profits on the way up. So I'm not going to buy an uncomfortable amount, invest an uncomfortable amount of money and then hold it. That's how you get broke in a risk on asset class, right? You hold your money. You always have a profit taking strategy. So I'm glad you actually asked these questions, because it helps remind you guys, chart out over the next 6 to 12 months, chart out the macro profit taking. I'm going to take 20%. I'm going to take 30%. I'm going to take 40% off the table when these milestones happen. That's our profit taking strategy. And you can even chart it out. You can even think it through. And it's also a good reason why you don't need to own 100 different tokens, because you're creating basically a back office for yourself. You can't keep up with all of that. Okay. So own the amount of tokens that you can manage and you can keep up with. You can follow the community. You can read the white papers. If you haven't gone through my how to qualify a crypto investment training that we posted a couple weeks ago, it's in our Get Paid Daily training area, the module 2. Watch it. If you don't watch that, you are risking life and limb when it comes to your portfolio. You gotta have a manageable. Don't feel like a Boy Scout and you have to have all the merit badges on your sash. That's not what altcoin investing is about. But it is good to have enough and kind of approach it like a venture capitalist, like we have here on this particular spreadsheet. This is our 100x to 1000x portfolio spreadsheet. If you haven't been here as a member of Get Paid Daily for a while, a few weeks ago, we decided as a group to jump in and do this little challenge. I don't know who all is, it's not really an official challenge. I just created this tool. But if you go back to our recordings on September 27th, I do and you can get the Google Doc that you can copy, and you can also watch the video. We do a full over hour of swapping these cryptos with all of the relevant information that I have here on the screen. And I wanted to just check in. Okay. Like, I haven't even looked at our prices. I didn't do a great job on the spreadsheet. One thing I wish I would have done at the time was I got to put my password in for my wallet. I can't multitask very well. I wish I would have put the purchase price. I messed up when I did that. And I just haven't had the willpower to go back and try to look on the blockchain explorers for all that information. But I do know how much money I invested, and I could just obviously divide that by the amount of money we invested in the current price, so we can know where we're at. But let me share my screen again, because I pulled up dbank.com, where I'm tracking this particular wallet, this particular 100x portfolio. So currently, again, this is going to be a really volatile portfolio. For those of you who don't know, you can go and connect your hot wallet to dbank.com and get kind of a dashboard of your investments. This reflects this page here. Almost every investment except for Velo and Loop had about $100 to $104 in it. Loop only ended up with $93 and Velo $95. So let's just go one at a time, just for fun of it. And I did a lot of commentary on each of these when I did the original call, but I just want to, I'll make a comment or two about them. Nakamoto Games, probably it's my new favorite. Let's put it that way. I got a lot of favorites, but I really like the gaming industry. We're up really well, $156 up from $100. So yeah, we're doing really good on Naka so far. I think we got in at a great time on that particular token. I will be as alt season approaches, as Bitcoin dominance falters while Bitcoin price continues to escalate, in my personal portfolio, this is one that I'm going to go big on. I'm going to go big on this one. Big is relative to you, not financial advice. Rio, real world assets category, tokenizing real estate, among other things. We invested $104 there with Rio. We're currently down $7. I see the real world assets as being a major narrative, obviously. I think it will lag some of the other narratives in terms of performance and timing, but it will definitely front run all of the old narratives and the old altcoins that you own. So just be aware of that. Veracity, number 3 here, we put an even $100 in, and currently we're at $165. So our top performer so far, along with Naka, that's cool. Doing really well there with Veracity. Sphere Finance at $100.92. Sphere's been struggling. We're basically unchanged there with $99. Sphere Finance is a DeFi protocol. I've been investing in it. I have over, 3 million of their tokens. It's a fractional price, very small market cap, along with Rio here. Sphere's at 7.5 million market cap. So, market caps under even 500 million are just you're going to see prices bounce around like it's a ping pong ball. Under 10 million, I mean, you better know you better know your stuff. Sphere has been around during they literally launched at the beginning of the bear market. And so what you're going to start seeing, by the way, is you're going to start seeing when Bitcoin brings the liquidity like it is, you're going to start seeing a lot of altcoins make announcements. You're going to see a lot of altcoins make announcements. And specifically, if you look at Injective and Solana and Chainlink, if you go check out their Twitters, you're going to see announcements about partnerships and things they're doing. And like, they have been working on this, and they've been saving this news for the institutional money moment that we're having now. And so that's just going to be like spark. Because if you announce news in a bear market, and we did, like even in the summer when XRP beat the SEC in court, the XRP price went up, then it came right back down, and the rest of the crypto market was unchanged. Because nobody was interested in crypto. And so now that the BlackRock and the big BTC ETFs are coming, all the altcoins are going to start snapping their fingers. They're going to start saying, hey, look at this, look what we've done. And then they're going to get all this FOMO, euphoria. Then your grandma's going to be interested in crypto, and that's how it happens. So we want to be on the front end of all that, which is where we're at right now. So Sphere, Reef, one of my favorite layer ones. It's integrated with the crypto gaming industry as well. So it's a blockchain in and of itself. Let's see how we're doing with Reef. We're up about $12. So that's good. $14. So that's awesome. So 14% on that particular token. This one actually, Games for a Living is another crypto gaming project. Smaller market cap. I don't know. I need to look at the tokenomics of GFAL versus Naka. I can't remember which one had the stronger tokenomics, but I'm really interested in it. We're up about $8 right now on that. $7. Velo, the interoperability token that we put $95 in. It's taken a $4, $3 hit. Let's see. Ferrum. The Ferrum network, another interoperability. We put $102 in there. Where is Ferrum? It's up 114, so we're up $12. So just to get through these, Dion. Oh yeah, this is the energy sector. This was really kind of a wild card for me. But man, it's up big right now. We're at $149, so we're up $43 on that token. So do y'all see the potential here? Like the reason why, when I created this token sheet, and we'll look at Loop. We're down on Loop currently, so it is a great buy the dip season. I will say that. But the reason why I created this spreadsheet and kind of, even again on some level, hyperbole, 100x to 1000x, no one knows. But one of these have an opportunity to do that, and if you had even one of these correct, you could make life-changing money. There's a lot of upside, even in the short term. Like it's been a month, and the portfolio is up $200. So with bigger money, with higher capital inflows, with bigger allocations, you can make a lot of money just literally by being early in the bull run, which is where we are right now. And that's kind of the intention. You know, this is a huge part of the crypto flywheel where we are right now. You don't always have, like when it comes to the flywheel, you don't always have the opportunity to make money with the flywheel the same way all the time. And what I mean by that is, if we bring up the flywheel diagram and overlay it here with our altcoin sheet, during a bull market, time is relevant on your flywheel. Where you are in time matters. This isn't just this static, never changing framework. There's a weightedness to it. So for example, right now, and for the last 6 to 12 months, I've been heavy on appreciation. I've been accumulating. I've been buying things like this and Chainlink and great tokens that have incredible utility and narrative momentum, so that they can 20x, 50x, 100x. Those 20x's and 50x's will make you way more money than a yield farm will in a bear market. It just will. It's a windfall. It's like selling a company for 10x. It's top line revenue. Like that's how wealth is created in most scenarios. But in a bull market, when you're at the height of euphoria or even at the midway point, what I do is I start transitioning over here more heavily. It's not that I don't do this. I've been doing all three of these items throughout the bear market, but with emphasis on appreciation. And then now, as we go forward, we'll have more and more strength in the cash flow strategies, trading bots, yield farms, NFT mining capabilities, etc., because there'll be more liquidity. Liquidity is the lifeblood of these particular strategies. So the more river that's running through the hydroelectric dam, being in my analogy, those being yield farming, liquidity pools, bots, etc., the more water running through the hydroelectric dam, aka liquidity money from the institutions, the more money we can skim off the top and take as cash flow and just literally pocket it. And then while we're taking profits here, we're moving into stable coins. We're building that equity, and then we'll have equity that we can leverage to go buy more of this in the short term during the bull market, short term being 12 months or so, or go buy a piece of property, whatever you want to do. So like that's the difference, right? And then we change again, and then we rotate during the bear market. It's just a cycle. So in the same way the market cycles through, the crypto flywheel cycles through, and that's how we make the most of it. So the flywheel forms and melts or molds to the type of market that we're in. So that's all I have to cover today on this particular call. And I'm happy to answer any questions or have any conversations that you guys want to have. Yeah, Ryan, that is exciting stuff. You guys drop questions. If you have them, now's a great time to do that just before we adjourn. Do you think leaving stable tokens on Kraken is safe? I don't think so. I don't think leaving stable coins on Coinbase is safe. I think everything needs to be in a cold hardware wallet that only you have access to. That's bottom line, end of story. I mean, if I don't know if you're a Coinbase, if you guys are Coinbase users, I'm a Coinbase user because we kind of know what it's doing because it's publicly traded, but like they are lowering weekly withdrawals for, I guess, cash. I can't remember, but like if you've got all of your tokens sitting on an exchange and the exchange and you make a bunch of money in a bull market and you can't withdraw it, that's problematic. And so no matter how much of a darling they are in the eyes of Wall Street or the public eye, I'm not holding anything on a central exchange. Josh, do you know any particular pending ETFs? I think what you're asking me, are you asking me the names of them? So there's like nine, maybe 11 of them. Like Vanguard, BlackRock, Fidelity, Wisdom Tree, ARK Invest, and there's a bunch of others that we just aren't. They're not as retail facing, but huge money. I don't know any personally though. No. Hey Jerry, thank you. Thanks for being here. Oh yeah, Cindy, I see what you're saying. Leaving some on Kraken or Coinbase for fast trading. That's preferential. Personally, I'm really good about moving quickly from a cold wallet. Here's the other reason why I like cold wallets is because psychologically it keeps me from FOMOing into cryptos when I get too excited and I get too emotional. It's one more thing I have to think about before I go throw 10 grand on Reef because I think it's doing something crazy. I see a green candle and I get drunk on euphoria. You know what I mean? So like, it's just almost like a personal habit for me. I try to temper. But yeah, I mean, having stable coins at the ready, definitely a good idea. But like, I'm more inclined to keep stable coins on my hot wallet than a Coinbase wallet for sure. Like, I think, yeah. So like, I'll have like random $3,400 or something like that sitting on in USDC sitting on a hot wallet like that before I will on Coinbase or Kraken. Okay, glad you guys are encouraged. I hope so. We are at the beginning. We are early. You have time, but not a ton of time. Like if you're trying to get your altcoins in place, get them in place. At least stage your altcoin portfolio. Have what you want in place. Maybe even create a $100 portfolio like like we just walked through. And obviously, you know, as members of Get Paid Daily, you have access to our learning management system. And there's a very particular training that I created called the alt season maximum gain strategy. I think we probably are on the cusp of a mini alt season very soon. I hope it doesn't come too soon, but if it is, you want to be prepared to take profits and you want to make sure you have your allocations in line, etc. This is a 13-minute video. I would say this video is one of the top 3 videos you need to watch in our program right now, just because the opportunity that we have right in front of us is going to be with altcoins. And what I hope we don't see is a meme season too quickly. If you see too big of an altcoin season and then you see a bunch of meme coins like Pepe is up 100% this week, that's concerning to me. Not like the sky is falling, but it weakens the bull run because it means that people are rotating too quickly out of the large caps, and the large caps are the scaffolding of the bull run. So we really need Bitcoin to get to 50K, and we need it to establish its support there, and then we need it to go to all-time highs from there. That's really kind of 40K is the next train stop. If I had to really say it, it's like 36K, 38K, 40K, 50K, and then from there we're gonna know what's happening. We're gonna know that there's major players deploying capital. Like the I don't know if you guys watched my video on the ETF on why it's important, but the number one reason why the spot Bitcoin ETF is a major deal is because BlackRock has to own Bitcoin. It has to seed the Bitcoin exchange traded fund. So they have to custody this stuff, and they have to be able to so like you as a Fidelity customer will be able to buy Bitcoin on the Fidelity trading brokerage dashboard. And they've got to have some Bitcoin out back to issue to Josh because he made an order on our exchange. You see how I'm saying? So they've got to have the inventory. And with a 21 million coin limit, 4 to 6 million of Bitcoin are lost forever. Think about that. So we're really dealing with an operational 15 to 17 million Bitcoin ever in existence that will ever be in circulating supply. 2 million are yet to be mined, and it'll take till 2040, I think, maybe 2050 to mine the rest of the 2 million because of the halving. So then you really right now are dealing with about 14 or 15 total million in inventory. And then you got $14 trillion BlackRock, 12 trillion or $4.5 trillion Fidelity, and all these guys coming in buying it. And then they're going to turn around to the general public, and you're going to see the craziest marketing budgets and television ads and retirement ads and you name it, pushing the Bitcoin spot ETF like you've never seen. And then everybody's going to be like, have you like, it's just like the Spider Index when it was launched 20 years ago. I remember seeing the TV commercials when the index funds and all this stuff became the thing. Like when gold launched in 2003, the gold ETF, gold went up 420%. Gold, a precious metal, a store of value. So we're just at this unbelievable window of time. So that's it. Hope you guys have an awesome rest of the week. Hit me with questions, comments, answers, whatever you have. Thanks for being a part of crypto, y'all. Talk soon.